Hey, you're watching Sidestep Adventures. We're out here checking out another cemetery. This one's got a few mass graves in it from people that were killed by an epidemic. We're about to show it to you right now.
What? No, it's not. It doesn't necessarily have to be human. Styrofoam.
Oh, it's styrofoam.
Don't it look like y'all?
Infant son of, looks like Leah,
Leo?
George? Yeah, no, George.
George L. G-A-U-N? Gaunt?
Yeah. Oh, little brother. Wow. This Charles E. Gaunt.
He was 3?
1881, 1894, 13.
Oh, is that a 8?
Yeah.
13.
I see there's more out there.
Outlived him. Yeah, I think about things like that.
Yeah.
I've got kids and how horrible it must have been.
Oh, wow, look at this.
Now this is the one that we were talking about, the outbreak, and the theory is, you know, they had to bury them so quickly. Whatever they had on hand.
Yeah.
Look at this thing.
Wow, this is amazing.
Isn't it?
It is. What's that? 1, 2, there's no telling how many bodies are in
There's several
there.
of them like this out here. There's another one over there. I don't think it's quite as long. And another thing too that's odd to me is how long
Yeah.
they are. I mean, you almost want to think, God, were people really that tall? But no,
Right.
I'm sure they weren't.
Wow, this is interesting. The way this one is sunk down in the middle.
No, probably not. But again, you know, they had to haul these rocks in
Yeah.
from somewhere. You can look off over here, Robert, and you can probably see a couple of...
Oh, I see. There's 2.
Well, there's a couple of slabs, headstones,
Oh, really?
upright, yeah, and there's some with names on them in this back over here. We'll go over there in a few minutes.
Tell me about this cemetery, Holly.
It's just my understanding that, you know, I guess back in the 1800s there was an epidemic, and it just killed people so quickly that, you know, they didn't have a whole lot of time to bury them. And it was the community of Pleasant Hill. Woodland was not established then. There was no woodland. There was no train tracks down there at that time. So they just brought them out here. And I don't know if the outbreak is what started the cemetery. And they just buried people out here after that. But that's the story.
And you said the outbreak, it was a mosquito?
It was, what did Mom say? Encephalitis?
Encephalitis?
Yeah.
Here's a headstone. So Robert, what did that be?
Masons.
Bedell? Yeah. Bedell. 1872 to 1911.
He wasn't very old.
Mm-mm.
What was that, 72, 82, 92, 39?
Yeah.
behind you.
Oh, sure enough.
And over here. And you know, there's no way of ever knowing who's buried here.
No.
No records, I'm sure. Maybe in an old family Bible somewhere.
Yeah.
But, you know, just a rock.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if there's some more. Yeah, there's more out there. You see it? There's an indention and more stones
Yeah.
scattered all the way out there. Wow.
Mom.
So what we saw earlier, what Holly was telling me, is those long graves down there are mass graves where people were being killed by this disease so quickly that they just had to put them in the ground in basically mass graves like that. Got some more indentions in the ground right here. And there's stones there, and up there. There's a lot of graves out here.
You know, and it's such a pretty spot, or at least it used to be.
Yeah.
And she's just out here forgotten. Until today.
This is Priscilla Miller, December 25th, 1852 to December 17th, 1913.
Look.
The cedar trees, yeah. There's one growing right in the middle of that grave. I just stepped in the grave too.
You got a lesson earlier.
Yeah, she gave me a cedar tree lesson earlier. And since this is a different video, I'll tell you, it's because they are evergreens, so they represent everlasting life. There's more graves right out through there. Oh yeah, an armadillo maybe?
What you dig up in there and see?
But you can pull out.
Be another snake.
That'd be a big snake.
Mound is here.
I don't know. You can see they've come in and they've cut like a logging road.
Yeah, but right
Yeah.
Back through there.
I think this is strange. Like it would be, it looks fresh, doesn't it? Doesn't look 100 years old.
Mm-mm. It doesn't. Maybe somebody's been doing some excavating.
There's another field stone. There's more, probably a grave. And more.
I know, like woody cowboy.
Oh, this place is amazing.
It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's sad.
Yeah, very sad.
You know, everything's just dying. Look up at the tree canopy.
Yeah.
The trees.
Gosh, look at that tree and all the woodpecker holes in it.
know.
Look at those.
But at the same time, there's a lot of life here.
Yeah.
Woodpeckers, you know. Whatever's digging in that burrow.
Leslie, you said you got touched out here. Yeah?
Right over here somewhere. Yeah. Nothing today, though. Unfortunately. Nothing today.
This is the mass grave. We already passed by it once. Back over here, this is really amazing. Right here. It's such a tragic time in America.
Not as big, but I would guess how many? Let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. could have held 8
Yeah.
or more, depending, you know, if they were children.
Yeah, I wonder how they were buried, since, you know, if they were just thrown in there and
Yeah, I
rocked
know.
up, or...
I know. And the tree growing out of the top of this
Yeah.
one. And don't you know these rocks were heavy?
Yeah.
Wherever they came from,
Mm-hmm.
getting them up here.
Here's another one.
I would just love to know who they are.
Yeah, it is.
Just a name, you know?
It is so sad, all these forgotten people out here.
And what I do with my job too is I do vital records.
Yeah.
I'm the county registrar. And so I get to look up birth and death records and register birth and death records. And we have some, not many, from the late 1800s. Just a handful though, because they didn't start keeping records until, you know, 1920s.
Yeah.
But what I like to do is find an old name or something and then go back and pull up the death certificate
Right.
and just find out how they died.
Yeah.
You know, who they were, how they died, where they lived, you know, where they married.
They're foraging.
Oh, look at this one now.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we went to Salem, Massachusetts,
Yeah.
where the witch trials were.
Mm-hmm.
And the city cemeteries there are full of Gothic-looking headstones like this. They're tall and thin, and usually, you know, real ornate
Yeah.
at the top. And this is very similar in style.
And this is 1857. This, what I was talking about earlier on the other, at the other graveyard, is how some of the older graves have the names on what we consider the back of the headstone, which is
You
interesting.
notice what his name is? Appleton Justice.
Appleton
what a
Justice.
cool name.
Yeah, it is.
That is an awesome name.
Appleton Justice. He was
Wow.
born June 18th, 1801, and died June 25th, 1857.
So that's 57, 67, 77, 87, 161 years ago?
Yeah, and he was,
Wow.
does that say 18, is that
57?
57 or 37? 57. His children's graves here. Lula. It's like most of my video is me trying to make out the names. Lula Porter. This was born October 3rd, 1873. Died November 3rd, 1876. Here's Walton Porter. Was born September 6th, 1875, died September 11th, 1876. And it's interesting, the headstone and footstone is right there, but the indention for the grave is right here. As you can see, this with all of those. Here's one more. Like Henny Porter was born October 3rd, 1871, died, looks like January 18th, 1874. It has a deep hole right there. This must have been hard for this family. I guess all these children are the same family and died. Those two died within months of each other, and that one about 2 years. It was hard to be a kid back then. Here's some more sunken in areas. The graves are there and there.
the grave, but I don't know, because it goes pretty good ways that way, up into the trees.
Yeah. Well, the size of these stones, I think you're probably right that it was a wall, because they're not, you know, the smaller stones like on the graves, and these are. Kind of venturing a little further out from the cemetery. There's a lot more rocks out here. Hard to say what this was, whether these were graves or just natural rocks out here, rocks piled up from a field that was plowed. It's pretty interesting. And again, I think I've said this earlier, but it's very sad, all these forgotten people out here. Most probably killed by an epidemic.
That, Robert?
What's that?
It's like an old Gullah tradition where the last thing that you touched before you died goes on your grave.
Really?
So if you know, Mom's talking about a cemetery over in Buena Vista, and there's teacups and saucers and lamps.
Really?
And such. And the story is, or the legend is, that over the years, if that teacup disintegrates and breaks and whatever, your family is obligated to replace it with another teacup.
Wow. It does. It does. Oh.
You got excited, didn't you?
There's a hole.
Right nearby a grave.
Yeah.
Anxious whispers.
Yeah.
How many graves do you think are in here?
Probably a lot more than we can see. Because you've got indentions, the marked stuff.
Yeah, people go up and down this highway all day long. Don't even know it's here.
I've been up and down this highway and never seen it, you know.
The fall is the best time. You ride real slow up the highway and just look into the tree line.
Yeah.
You'd be amazed at the things that you'll see.
Absolutely.
Like chimneys, houses, barns, cemeteries. I can't tell you how many times that we've seen something in the fall. Ooh, put the brakes on, turn around, and go back and go explore.
How many
Yeah.
do you think are buried in here?
Yeah, this is a long one.
How many people can lay side by side in here? Do you think? 30?
Well, no, not that many. But the way it's humped up, it leads you to believe. But that may mean nothing. But I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4.
You know, I guess it depends on how desperate they were to get rid of the bodies. If they stacked them or
Exactly.
just threw a, you
I
know,
hope they didn't stack them.
yeah.
I think that they just laid them side by side. That's what the book said.
Probably no coffin.
Yeah.
No.
You know.
All right, I hope you've enjoyed seeing this cemetery. It was really cool, really beautiful place. A lot of history here, a lot of forgotten people. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next adventure.